What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the Water Juice channel. Welcome back to episode number 3 of the Buffalo Bills Legends Fantasy Draft Series here on the channel, here on Madden 21. That is right, we are back with another episode, back with us episode number 3. If you missed the last episode, we played week number 1 of the regular season against the New York Jets, and it was a very, very interesting game. The first drive, the Jets walked up and down the field on us and absolutely torched us, but then our defense kind of firmed up a little bit. We started to play better, and then throughout the game, we absolutely dominated the New York Jets, and they really didn't have a chance. So we got a W. As you can see, we are 9-0. I simulated to week number 10 because that's what I said I would do, and if you guys don't know, I'll give you a little bit of a refresher. The way this series works is we play week number 1 of the regular season every year. We play the middle game of the mid-season game of the year, which just happened to be week 10 this year because week 8 and week 9 were both home games, and week 1 was a home game, so I didn't want to have 2 home games in 1 year. So we're away at Arizona this week, and then we play week 17 of the regular season. So we play 3 regular season games, and then if we make the playoffs, we play all of the playoff games, and we play the Super Bowl, obviously, and then we do the offseason and all that kind of stuff. So that's how the series works, if you guys didn't know already. Make sure to leave a like on the video, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. Let's get in this game against Arizona. I hope you guys are excited. I did do a little bit of roster adjustments, I guess you could say. I worked on my practice squad. I'll show you guys the practice squad real quick. I fixed the practice squad. Here's what we're working with: Naheem Hines, Paris Campbell, Greg Ward Jr., Justin Lane, KJ Hamler, Jalen Hurts, Ja'Kai Polite, Shaquille Quarterman, Jordan Fuller, and Isaiah Prince. That is our practice squad for year number 1. I figured I'd just show you that in case you guys were curious who I had on my practice squad. And if somebody gets hurt, then we'll obviously move those guys up to the main roster and stuff. So that's how that's going to work out. We are currently still an 88 overall defense, even though we have not been playing like it, if you've looked at some of the scores throughout this season. But we've got this game at Arizona in week number 10. I hope you guys are excited. Smash that like button. Let's get it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The second played game of the series, week 10 versus the Arizona Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald, obviously a lifetime Cardinal, but in this roster reshuffle, he is now a Buffalo Bill, so he gets to come back and play against his former team. And it looks like we're going up against Deshaun Watson and Marshall Faulk as the backfield here in Arizona. I'm not sure what kind of wide receiver core they have. I don't remember. But that's who the quarterback and running back is. And it looks like they find a man right away. That's not good. Who is that? I couldn't tell who that was. Brandon Cooks. All right. Brandon Cooks is one of their wide receivers, at least now we know. But we got to stop Deshaun Watson from getting some time. If he has time, he can be very deadly. And that was wide open for some reason. Bring him down. Curtis Samuel. So they have Curtis Samuel and Brandon Cooks. So a decent wide receiver core right now. I don't know who their number 1 is. Number 12. I can't tell who that is over there. But he's their number 1. He hasn't been targeted yet. Hitting the tight end. Bring him down. Bring him down. Thank you. Jack Doyle, I think that's who it is. Yeah, it's Jack Doyle. So they have a very run-of-the-mill offense. Like, it's not full of any big name guys. At least in their wide receiver core, it's not. And Deshaun, he's going to move. He's very crafty, very athletic. And just like in the start of the Jets game in week 1, it looks like the Cardinals are running up and down on this defense. Although our defense turned it around in the later half. And there's Reggie White. That's exactly why you bring Reggie White to the team, because he can do things like that. A disruptor, one of the best disruptors in the business. 3rd down and 10, pushing them back. If we can get one more sack on him, we might be able to knock him out of field goal range. I'm not sure who their kicker is. And Lawrence Taylor missed it. He whiffed. And Joe Hayden is able to force Deshaun to slide, so they're going to have to... Oh, Reggie White's hurt. Reggie White is hurt. I don't know what happened. It was an off-ball injury. That is not a good sign. We cannot have our best pass rusher on the shelf. And the kick is up and good, so they'll take a 3-point lead. All right, so that's not going to stop this Bills offense. Very dynamic with Randy Moss as the number 1. Josh Cribbs going to take it up the field, and he's going to be brought down like 26. Yeah. So let's see Drew Brees walk out here. I did end up making Drew Brees a captain. I know I should have had him as a captain in the beginning, but that's how he's done in the simulation so far. Bruised shoulder. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord it's only a bruised shoulder. We don't need Reggie White injured any longer than just a couple of plays. And if we go long enough, he'll be able to come back with no problems. Got to get that running game started here. In week 1, Adrian Peterson went for a huge run with a fantastic juke move as well. Sent people flying. All right, 3rd and 1 now. Drew Brees has got to play this well. He's got to... let's pass it here. I might have been able to get it with Peterson, but we're going to chuck it up for Gronkowski. And it's going to be knocked incomplete. Probably should have ran it. But that's why we have ourselves a fullback. This is why we gave ourselves a fullback in the draft. We don't punt the football. You guys know how it is on the channel here. Mike Allstott gets the first down. That's why you draft yourselves a fullback. Let's go back to coach suggestions because I don't really like to choose what I want to do. All right, so they got that guy moving like that. That's the same plays that we just failed on. Get Adrian out on the outside. Juke move. Oh, he kind of had to slip the tackle and we slowed him down. All right, Breeze. Deshaun Jackson had a very big game in week number 1. Maybe we can get him going again. Chuck it deep for Deshaun, and he keeps the feet in bounds. Deshaun Jackson. What a catch. I got to go back and see that. Hold your horses, ladies and gentlemen. This was unbelievable. Let's go see Drew Brees just lay it up for Deshaun. And then look at the concentration. His body or his momentum is obviously taking him out of bounds. But the concentration, the fortitude to be able to stop himself in midair and go up and get this bad boy. Deshaun Jackson, look at that. Magnificent catch. Ooh, that is clean right there. Look at that bad boy. He went up there and got it like a basketball, like a rebound right there. Deshaun Jackson, very impressive. And then he's able to hold on to the possession. Oof, that's tasty. You love it when your receivers do most of the work for you. And now we're in the red zone. Time for Adrian Peterson to go to work. I thought he was going to get to work a little bit faster than that, but this is why we have a fullback here. 2nd and 7. Mike Allstott gets a carry. Fight for it, Mike. Good job, my man. 3rd and 1. Let's just power through with Peterson. AP up the middle. Right up the middle. Run through a man, and he gets the touchdown, Adrian Peterson. Let's get it. Boom! Just lowers the shoulder and drops the hammer. And it's almost a block kick on Adam Vinatieri. That would have been bad. But we take a 7-3 lead thanks to Adrian Peterson. And that's why you draft a running back like Adrian Peterson, who's got the speed and the power. He's the combination of both. He's the best of both worlds. And let's see if this defense can hold the Cardinals to no points. but I would be fine with another field goal if we had to give up a field goal. And luckily, Reggie White is back out there and ready to go for the second drive of the game for the Cardinals. Oh, missed the tackle there. Aqib Talib was fantastic in week number 1 with 2 picks and a fumble recovery. It doesn't get better than what Aqib did there. And I think Jack Doyle just got hurt. All right, that's coming to Reggie. Oh, he couldn't get off the block in time, but John Lynch is there. First down and 10 from the 37. Deshaun Watson is under center, so he's motioning a man, and he hands it to him. And it's DJ Moore. Okay, so that's their number 1. Luckily, we were able to stop him there. Oh, Deshaun's got time. He finds an open man. Big hit, John Lynch. His second forced fumble in 2 played games. Joe Hayden's the one who picks it up. John Lynch drops the hammer. That's why you draft a big hitter like John Lynch, because at any moment he can turn the tide for your team. And Gronk with a big catch in the middle of the field. Let's go. This defense stepping up, playing way better than their overall. They are definitely playing better than a 88 overall. Hand this to Adrian Peterson. Juke move, trying to get it out. Fight for it, Adrian. And Peterson trying to keep his pick for, I think he's got best running back in the, he's in the top 5 for best running back here. Oh! And Drew Brees' pass is intercepted. I thought that Randy Moss was going to catch that, but he ends up getting stuck and doesn't even go for it. I may have accidentally turned into Randy Moss on that one. That might be why it was picked off. But the first play after the interception, Marshall Faulk down the sideline. Lawrence Taylor's able to catch up to him and bring him down, but he got to the 3. The tables have definitely turned in the favor of Arizona here. Big run from Marshall Faulk. And they're going to give it to him to finish it off. John Lynch is there to stop him along with Clay Matthews. Second and goal. Can this defense give us a stand here? They're going to try and give it to him. No, they're going to pass it. Deshaun, and he's going to get it. It's going to be a touchdown, Arizona, off the Drew Brees interception. Not what you want to see. 10-7 late in this first half. Josh Cribbs going to take it up the field here and gets about 28. Yep. All right, hopefully we don't have a miscue like we did with Brees and Moss on the last possession. Peterson trying to get up the field, can't get through the middle.
That's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today, and I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room.
All right, snapping the ball, Brees dropping back. Wide open, Larry Fitzgerald, no! The ball hung on Brees a little bit, underthrown just a smidge. Fitz was past his man. And a good catch. I don't know how that ball got out, but Fitzgerald makes up for that one with a huge catch. That could have been a big play, but it was missed. Brees didn't have the cannon that he needed. And Gronk pulls that one in. Good job on the catch, Gronk. Deshaun. Oh, Deshaun does a good job imitating a corner there and swatting that one out of the hands of the corner. That could have been a pick. If that safety doesn't go for help, this could be a Randy Moss touchdown. It would have been, but Harold Landry was in the backfield uncovered. That would have been an easy Randy Moss touchdown there. And the offensive line for the Buffalo Bills is not holding up. Drew Brees is having to get this ball out well before he needs to. All right, 4th and 20. Big throw, no! It was in the hands of Josh Cribbs, and it's swatted away. Oh, turnover on downs. Terrell Suggs trying to stop him. Man. I cannot believe that the offensive line did not hold up for those 2 plays. Randy Moss had beaten his man clearly, and Brees was about to let it go, but Harold Landry was in the backfield. All right, as long as we can hold him to a field goal here, I wouldn't really care.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the red zone now.
Got him. They're going to have to call timeout unless they're not going to use it. They're going to let the clock accelerate and then use it probably. 10 of 10 for Deshaun. There's the accelerate. All right. They didn't use it. It's going to be a throw, and it's going to be a touchdown. At the 1. They do have that timeout, and they're going to use it. I thought for sure they'd call that a touchdown, but they didn't. All right, here it is. If we stop him here, there's no timeouts. We get the stand here. Get to him. Get to Deshaun. Get to Deshaun. Get to Deshaun. He's gonna run it. He's gonna throw it. No! Oh, somehow DJ Moore is wide open, and the Cardinals will go up 10 with this extra point. Not what we were looking for. Josh Cribbs gets to about the 27, 26 maybe, 27. 4 seconds left. I'm not going to risk a turnover or anything, so I'm just going to run it with Mike Allstott here. Ooh, big run from Allstott. All right, let's hopefully we have a better turn of events here in the second half. I'm not sure why Drew Brees is playing as poorly as he is. All right, let's see if we can turn things around here. Let's give the ball to Peterson, get the offense rolling here. The handoff to Peterson. He's got some space, but he got caught. No. He got caught behind his own blocker.
Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are. They're on the road in just one big play away from getting.
Yeah, we're doing fine. We'll be fine here. We just got to have our moments. There's a big catch from Gronk.
And that just means one big score away from being right back.
The question is, can this offense step up and make that play?
3 catches already on the day for Gronk. Randy Moss has not even been targeted today yet. Peterson with a big game. Exactly what we needed. This could be Randy Moss's day right here. Oh, Randy Moss was targeted once. He was targeted on the interception. That's right. But his first catch right there. Ooh, that's not really what I wanted to do. Ooh, injury for... Oh, that's our right tackle. That's not good. Andrew Thomas, right? I think is what his name is. I can't remember, to be honest. And a touchdown to Sean Jackson. Another injury for Buffalo. That's not a good sign. All right, we're back. That was the perfect drive. That's what we needed. Although we didn't need those 2 injuries. Thomas dislocates his hip. Isaiah Wilson will come in for the rest of the game and maybe for more of the season. So the right tackle position has been compromised. Not good. Not good at all.
Fielded in the end zone. And Patterson will not return. It comes out to the 25.
And Joe Thomas. So our offensive line has been compromised. Joe Thomas dislocates his shoulder. Both of our tackle positions, our edges, have been taken out in this game. And they will not come back for the rest of the game. Hopefully a dislocated shoulder will not keep Joe Thomas out for very much longer than just today's game. That's not a good sign because we don't have very good backups. Sean rolling out, throws it, and he finds his man. What are we doing? Why are we letting Deshaun Watson roll around in the pocket? Watson, oh, Akeem. You gotta bring that one in, my guy. You gotta bring those in when you get the chance. Watson in the shotgun, snaps it, hands it to Marshall Faulk, but Lawrence Taylor not letting him go anywhere. Great job for Lawrence right there. And now it's 3rd and 12. Watson once again in the shotgun, he snaps it, but the blitz is here. He gets it off Faulk, pushed out of bounds at the 50, so they're going to have to punt the football 4th and 5. The defense does its job.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass.
The defense has done its job here, able to stop the Cardinals from getting any more points on the board. And the offense will start at the 22.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play in this passing game.
Peterson can't really get much on that one.
Because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite
snap, and Brees gonna fumble! Strip sack fumble! He's got nobody! He's gonna take it to the house! Drew Brees is going to get sacked, stripped, and recovered the fumble is Arizona for a touchdown. And they go back up by 10. And that's what happens when your 2 tackles go out of the game with injury. Both Joe Thomas and Andrew Thomas, or whatever his name is, the right tackle, are both out of the game and will not come back. And so that's what happens when that occurs.
And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, and suddenly
this may not be possible to come back from. A 10-point deficit with no left tackle, no right tackle. Drew Brees is not quick enough to get the ball out or to run away and extend the play. He may not have to if Randy Moss can bring this in. Randy Moss to the house. And that's what happens when you have Randy Moss. That's what happens when you have a dynamic player like Randy Moss. Give Drew Brees just a couple of seconds to find Randy, and he did it. Drops it in the bucket, and it's a huge touchdown. We gotta go back and check that, because that was a perfect pass, a picture perfect pass from Drew Brees. Thomas and Wilson gave Drew Brees enough time. He sees Moss making the run, a picture perfect throw from Brees, and he's gonna drop it in the bucket. Oh, it's perfect. It's a beauty of a throw. Moss has his man beat by a step, maybe a step and a half, and it's just dropped in the bucket. Picture perfect. And then Moss does the rest, and he takes it to the house. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful scenes here in Arizona as Adam Vinatieri puts this one up and through. Back down by 3. So that strip sack fumble kind of sucks, because we'd have the lead now. But now we're still down by 3. Hopefully this defense can step up once again. We held on to a punt last time. Let's see what our defense can do here. Watson motions a man, and he's going to give it to him. It's going to be Curtis Samuel, and he's going to be brought down by Terrell Suggs. T-Sizzle brings him down. 2nd down and 4. Third quarter is winding down under half a minute, I should say, not half a second. And it's going to be Mills and Reggie White working together to bring down Marshall Faulk behind the line. 3rd and 5. The clock will probably run out on the third quarter. And it will. 1 quarter to play. 1 quarter to play. The Bills are down by 3 here in Arizona. But if we can hold them here to a punt, and it looks like they're going to get the first down, but a fumble, and Suggs! A fumble, and Terrell Suggs was inbounds. Both feet were inbounds. The football was inbounds. And the Buffalo Bills are not out of it yet. And Gronk can't bring it in. I cannot believe the scenes that we are experiencing here. Unbelievable. We're going to give this ball to Mike Allstott just to try and gain a couple yards, get into field goal range maybe. Adam Vinatieri can boot this one, and we're indoors, so there's not much wind, if any. All right, I got a hot route Randy Moss to make sure I have a safety blanket in case my first read of Rob Gronkowski is not working, but Gronk stays in bounds. No, I couldn't keep him in bounds. His momentum was too much. And 3,000 passing yards on the season for Brees. You love to see 3,000 for Drew Brees. He has been tossing it up and down the field here. And a beautiful move from Deshaun Jackson. Great job, Deshaun. He has been the MVP this season for Buffalo. Absolute maniac. And Adrian Peterson all day trying to take it up the field here.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. Again, Peterson.
Cutting, trying to get that first down.
Takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The ball carrier. Here we go.
3rd and 1. Handoff is to Adrian Peterson. Can he fight his way in? He's going to be brought down. All right, let's get this audible. I'm looking at Larry Fitz, and he's going to bring it in. Drew Brees with the quick play, the quick throw, and Larry Fitzgerald makes the catch. And we're back up in this game. And we're up by 4, so now a field goal is not going to be able to do it. Deshaun Watson's going to have to lead a comeback here and score a touchdown against this defense. Something that hasn't come easy for this Arizona team. This defense needs one stop, and then we can hold the ball. The Bills have come back from a 10-point deficit twice. Well, technically we only came back from once. We were only down by 3, and then they got the strip sack fumble. But we came back from a 10-point deficit in this game. That shows the resolve of this team. The grit. Watson's going to find his man Falk, but he's not going to get much. And Lindstrom is going to be hurt. An offensive lineman for the Arizona Cardinals.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion.
3rd and 5 from the 30. Watson in the shotgun. Under 3 minutes to go in this game. Down by 4. He's going to find his man, but a great tackle from Joe Hayden. A beautiful tackle. Hitting all of his spots there. Unbelievable play. That, I mean, it only shows up on the score sheet as a tackle for Joe Hayden, but that may have been the most important play of this entire game. And it's probably going to be a push in the block in the back, maybe. Oh, holding. John Lynch called for the hold, so we'll get pushback. We'll get pushback, but that's okay, because all we got to do is hold this ball. They have 4 timeouts because the 2-minute warning has not happened yet, so technically 4 timeouts, 4 times to stop the clock, I should say. But hopefully our offense can run it out so that they use all those timeouts. There goes the 2-minute warning. And remember, we are up by 4. So a field goal does not matter. A field goal will not matter to the Arizona Cardinals. It's all about the touchdown. 3rd and 4. Vince Wilfork is the man who brings in Adrian Peterson. It's going to be Tyler Eifert, and he stays in bounds, causing them to use another timeout, give us a fresh set of downs. Tyler Eifert coming up clutch there. Peterson with another carry, fighting for some extra yards, and there's all the timeouts. 2nd down and 4 now. All right, no more timeouts for Arizona. 1:46 to go. If Peterson can get a first down here, this game is likely over if we can get this first down. 3rd down and 1. The handoff is to Peterson. He gets the first down and more. That will seal this game. That's going to seal this game. The Bills will go to 10-0 on the season. Peterson's still not done yet. There is a flag on the play that will stop the clock. A holding call on Isaiah Wilson, the young rookie. So he gives the Arizona Cardinals an extra timeout. Peterson fighting for some extra yards there, getting that clock running again. If we can get a couple more yards, I would like to kick a field goal without Vinatieri. But if the clock runs out, that's completely fine. 3rd and 6. Another handoff to Peterson. He's not going to get the first down. And Alex Mack, our center, is hurt. Our offensive line is crumbling. Our offensive line is crumbling. Alex Mack hurt. A 50-yarder for Adam Vinatieri. It's up. It's good. And that will most likely seal this game.
3-point game. 31. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to
31-24 with 25 seconds left and no timeouts. There's
not out of reach yet.
probably no way they can win this game. I was not planning on Alex Mack getting hurt, but he dislocates his elbow.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
This is not a good sign.
Very much a factor. How does the offense handle?
Bring him in. Don't let him get out of bounds. That should do it.
They should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive.
Oh, he's going to get one more playoff.
Situation, but this is Friday practice every week of the season.
Watson's going to run for it. No, he's going to throw it to Marshall Faulk. Can he do something crazy here? He almost did, actually. I got a little bit worried there, but Aqib Talib, along with a bunch of other guys, are able to bring him in. And your Buffalo Bills will go to 10-0 on the season. But it was very much earned. We fought for this one. We grinded for this one. Our offensive line is in shambles now. Our left tackle, our center, and our right tackle, all with injuries. And we gotta go to the main page to see how long each and every one of them will be out. But Breeze went 12 of 19 for 242, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Peterson had 24 carries for 128 yards and a touchdown. Mike also had 4 carries for 22 yards. Gronk had 4 catches, 55 yards. Deshaun, 3 catches, 67 yards and a touchdown. Moss, 2 catches, 88 yards, a touchdown. Fitzgerald, 2 catches, 19 yards and a touchdown. So, very good day for the offense. We struggled a little bit, but we came out in the end. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are back at the home screen. We have 2 new injuries, so that means one of them is not a serious injury. So one of the offensive linemen is not a serious injury, but I don't know who it is. Let's find out right now. We have Alex Mack, our center, out for 6 weeks with a dislocated elbow, and Andrew Thomas out for 7 weeks with a dislocated hip. So we lose our right tackle and our center. We'll get Alex Mack back for the playoffs. We'll get Alex Mack back for the playoffs, but 7 weeks. Let's go to the schedule real quick and see when they'll come back. So we have this game, we have a bye week, which is good, so that saves us a week. So that's 5 for Alex Mack, 6 for Andrew Thomas, 4 for Alex Mack, 5 for Andrew Thomas, 3 for Alex Mack, 4 for Andrew Thomas, 2 for Alex Mack, 3 for Andrew Thomas, 1 for Alex Mack, 2 for Andrew Thomas. Alex Mack should be back against the Patriots in Week 16. Andrew Thomas still has a week, and then Alex Mack will definitely be back for the Dolphins game in Week 17, and then Andrew Thomas might be back. So both of them will be back for the playoffs, but we're going to lose. We lose our center and our right tackle for basically the final push to the playoffs. Let's check and see. Let's check and see if we have clinched a playoff spot or not. I think at 10-0 we should. I mean, we're the number 1 team in the league right now, so we should have a playoff spot. I'm not sure if we do or not. Everybody's won a game, I should say. That kind of sucks. But the real thing that sucks is we lost 2 linemen for basically the season. But, I mean, it doesn't really bother you guys because the next time you see us, or we see you guys, will be Week 17 against the Dolphins. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter for you because both of them should be back. Well, at least Alex Mack will be back. Andrew Thomas might be back, depending on his injury. But it affects me, not you guys. So, that is going to do it for this episode. At the end of next episode, if I remember, I will show you guys the final stats for the season. I guess I'll show you guys the stats now so you guys can get like a picture of halfway through the season what everybody's looking like. Drew Brees has 3,043 yards. 224 completions, 316 attempts. That's good for 70%. 32 touchdowns, 5 picks. Carson Palmer has thrown 1 pass for 5 yards and a touchdown. Adrian Peterson, almost 1,000 yards rushing on 151 carries, 702, 13 touchdowns. Mike Allstott's got 5 touchdowns. Receiving, Randy Moss, almost to 1,000. Everybody else is slowly behind, but Randy Moss is almost there at 1,000. On defense, Lawrence Taylor leads in tackles with 59. Then Joe Hayden's right there, 58. Sacks is looking like Reggie White with 7.5. Lawrence Taylor with 5.5. Picks, Joe Hayden with 3. John Lynch with 2. Akib with 2. So he hasn't got any picks since week 1. That's kind of upsetting, but it is what it is. And then Adam Vinatieri hit a 57-yarder, which is cool. He had a 57-yard field goal at some point in the season. Kick return. We have Deshaun Jackson and Josh Cribbs both getting about equal amounts of kick returns. And then punt returns, Josh Cribbs not really doing too good on the punt returns, but he doesn't look like he's getting very many opportunities, only 15 attempts. And then the awards, I'll show you guys real quickly. Drew Brees leading the MVP with LaDainian Tomlinson and Tom Brady right behind him. Coach of the Year, Sean McDermott, Ron Rivera, and Bill Belichick. Drew Brees leading Offensive Player of the Year. Patrick Willis is leading the Defensive Player of the Year. Lawrence Taylor and John Lynch are both in the top 10. Rookie of the Year, LT leading that. Randy Moss is in 6th. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Lawrence Taylor and John Lynch both in the top 10. Best QB, Drew Brees. Best running back, Adrian Peterson is in 2nd right now. Best wide receiver, Randy Moss. I wanted Devin Hester, but I couldn't get him. Makes me mad because he's doing very well. But Randy Moss is leading that. Best offensive lineman, John Hanna, Joe Thomas, and Larry Allen. And then Alex Mack down there in 10th. Best defensive lineman, Reggie White is in 6th right now. Best linebacker, Lawrence Taylor's in 4th. Joe Hayden leads the best defensive back. John Lynch was in 3rd. Adam Vinatieri leads best kicker. So we got a lot of potential awards coming our way here at the end of the season. But that's going to be in this episode for today, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash that like button on the video. Hit the notification bell and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!